Welcome PSY 309 students. This is my week 13 commentary. Here in Czech Republic, the spring has begun in earnest and it's the first really warm day of the year. This is a big week for our course insofar as your oral presentations of a draft, not your final paper, but a draft of your work in progress is to be shared with peers in a peer review group. Minimal size is 4. I think we've done what we can, and most of you have groups and are preparing or have already completed your presentations. One final point on that, be sure to see that I receive or I get the filled out peer review forms made by everybody in your group, and be sure that you filled one out on your own presentation. Okay, enough of that. We have this week and 2 more in the semester, and we have finished our textbook as far as our initial study of it in any case. And so this week and the next 2, aside from getting your assignments done, is all about special topics. This week I want us to acknowledge the interdisciplinary nature of studying adulthood and the aging process. And specifically, there are 4 links in this week's folder that I hope you'll look at. And I've also put there the Senior Planet link, which the image for this week is extracted from. So the question here is the degree to which and the way in which aging is a social construction generated in diverse forms by diverse cultures around the world. I've included of the 4 readings 1 Slovakian perspective on this issue, and I would caution us because our initial reaction will be to think about ageism and lock into a problem-based political look at ageism. Ageism is certainly a real phenomenon in our society, but looking at the social pathology associated with aging and looking at ways of minimizing it requires more than just a political point of view. Any of you who are already in the field, and I know some of you are, know that professional development training on ageism, looking at ageism across the lifespan, all of these things are works in progress already. What I think you might find interesting, in addition to that rather well-known approach, is a look at what elders themselves can do to minimize the social pathology of aging. So that will be what our discussion board hopefully allows us to explore, and what these 4 resources really are dedicated to. I came across the Senior Planet in preparing for this week, and I liked it because it places an emphasis on attitude. And attitude is something we can do something about, something we can cultivate, and it's something that definitely makes a difference. To put it from the point of view of a psychologist, it's often our own unconscious ageism that impacts us as much as the ageism out there. And on one hand, we don't want to succumb to overly idealized or even romanticized perspectives on the aging process. On the other hand, we don't want to sort of fold in despair about big world problems that we can't solve in our own day-to-day practice. It's quite contrary. I think we can do much to change the nature of ageism at the level of lived experience. So that's my own bias, and I invite you to share yours and support yours with whatever evidence you care to share with the class. And then next week we'll be looking at caregiving, and we'll take our focus away from elders themselves and look at the very important fact that aging is not a one-person phenomenon, and as all of us know, it greatly shapes the functioning of families, careers, and so forth. So caregiving will be our focus next week. And then the following week, we will look with gratitude at successful aging again, but this time we'll focus on the joys of aging, which to some may sound counterintuitive, and yet I believe we owe it to ourselves to look closely at those very real phenomena as well. So the end is in sight, and the emphasis now is on you, and I'll do everything I can to make you successful in finishing the course. The course evaluation procedures are available to you now in the discussion board, bottom of the discussion board. You'll notice there are 3 opportunities for you to help me improve this class. Let me just finish with a note about each of them. There's the standard UMA survey, which I encourage you to fill out. More useful for myself is a set of questions about this specific course and ways of improving it that I've generated in an effort to get your input to improving it for the next semester of students. Also, I invite you to contribute advice to future students taking this course. So that totals 3 opportunities to both evaluate what we've done together and are still doing for the next 3 weeks, and also what we might do to improve this course for future students. So I thank you for your help. I thank you for your work on the oral presentations this week, and I look forward to our last 3 weeks achieving good endings. Have a good week.